Episode 3590, Find Love in the Middle of Stress.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Are you ready to snuggle up? Oh yes, the chill is in the air and it's relationship builders. So there's no time to fear. It's time to snuggle up with your sweet one that you're sleeping next to. Oh yes, find love in the middle of stress. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. The holidays have come. They're here. Are you ready? I mean, come on. We're getting football games every single day. Are you just not on fire about it? Okay. Life is not all about football, I'm just saying. But it is a lot of fun. And you can snuggle up on the couch with the one you love and enjoy, a cup of coffee or sweet tea. Oh, wait, maybe it's hot tea or hot cocoa with a roaring fire in the fireplace. Oh, come on. You know it's the hallmark of all movies. Yes, in your own home. But the problem is that life's got you spinning. But that doesn't mean you have to let your love fizzle out. That doesn't mean the fire burns out and goes bye-bye. Isn't life all about the sizzle? So create a haven of peace in order to find love in the middle of stress, because you know what? Stress is here. When the word holiday pops up, it's like stress away. Stress a day. We're going to do this. It just piles on. You think about, it's getting colder outside. So if you have a wood-burning fireplace, I need to get fireplace wood, right? I need to have stuff to burn for the winter. In fact, I'm reminding myself right now about that out loud. But the problem is we pile up our fireplace wood like we pile up our stress. Or maybe I should say that the other way around. We pile up our stress like we pile up the wood for our fireplace to burn all winter long. Imagine if that was you. I can't help but think about the movie Inside Out. I can't help but think about, what is that one? Oh, Elemental. It is a great one where it talks about fire and water and the two come in. Okay, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's a great movie. You will love it. But it makes me think of those things where it's like two opposites. And it's like, how can I live and enjoy the holidays, but I'm sitting here and I've got the stress piling all on top of me? The challenges and the responsibilities, leaving little room for nurturing your marriage. And you're like, there's no way. I can't get through this, Christiane. I'm worried about turkey dinner. Yeah, I know. You got less than a week to figure that out. If you haven't gotten your turkey, go get your turkey. And put it in your refrigerator, not your freezer. Let it start thawing. It's going to take a while. And then you can do it the old-fashioned way, which I've scared my girls doing this. Put your turkey in the bathtub and fill it up with cold water. Leave it on overnight. It'll be ready to go the next day. I'm just saying. Now you can put a little bit of hot water in there because it'll get cold over time. You're not cooking it, but it does work. And no, you're not going to die from whatever. It's not salmonella. It's another one illness on that. You'll be fine. But, don't come after me because I told you to do it. I'm just saying I've done it and I've lived many years to talk about it. That's kind of the 911 to cooking a turkey when, oops, I didn't take it out of the freezer. And you're like, but I really need it thawed because I need it to cook faster. You can do that overnight, so don't freak out. But that's a problem. We're always freaking out. And we leave our love behind. Not the love in our heart, which, yes, that's left behind, but literally the love, the physical love, the intentional love of the person we're sleeping with. Yeah, called your spouse. Did you know you're married? Did you think about that? What have your days looked like recently? In fact, have you even spoken to your spouse with kind words and no inferences of demands? Wink, wink. Like, you really need to be doing this. Why didn't you take out the trash? I asked you like 2 days ago. That kind of tone in your voice that puts them down, but you try to lift them up. Yeah, no, we don't need these condescending, I think I'm still in love with you, go do this now moment. You dictating what must happen in the home does not bring warm, fuzzy moments to the heart. It doesn't. In fact, it sends your spouse packing to another room, to the store, to IG Reels, wherever it is, but it's not with you. You need to extend your hand by expanding your heart. So when you've got all this chaos going on, you've got the stress piling on top of you, it's crucial to prioritize and maintain love and a connection with your spouse. After all, isn't love supposed to be a sanctuary in the midst of life storms? Yeah, so anchor away. Create a sanctuary today. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Create your sanctuary today. You can't sit here and say, I'll get to it tomorrow. I don't really have to hustle it. He still loves me. Oh, my dear sweet friend. Lean in a little bit closer. You keep doing that, you're not going to have a ring on it for much longer. Because you are bearing and emptying the bank account of love. And pretty soon, your spouse is going to be like, I have nothing else to give. Because you're not even giving to me. You're not paying attention to me. You're not listening to me. Everything will appear that it's all about you. Now, I get it. As a CEO of the family, it is tough. It is tough to organize everything. It's tough to make sure you've got everything that you need for Thanksgiving dinner. It's tough to make sure your house is clean. If you've got other family coming over, other friends, and you're hosting it, it's a little chaotic. And even if you're not, you still got to get things ready. You got to get the kids up. You got to make sure, do their shoes match? Because you want to appear that you have life together and life is going okay, but really you're just like, no, I'm living in this chaos. You can find love in the middle of stress, which just makes it a mess, I know, but it can be there. But you've got to be willing to create your sanctuary today. So what does it look like? How can you foster love when you're facing stress? What does it look like in real life? Number one, communication is key. I cannot stress that enough. When stress levels are so high, they are at their peak, communication tends to break down. It just does, leading to misunderstandings and conflict. It's not just a heated discussion. It becomes an argument and a battle like Tyson and Jake. Yeah, and maybe actually even worse, just saying. To keep the love alive, it's essential for couples to communicate openly and honestly. I was having a conversation with my husband, I think it was just yesterday actually, and he was like, you know what? I think we need to do this. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, well, what are you doing for tomorrow? He goes, oh, well, I'm going with the kids and we're doing this. And I'm like, oh. Now we have a lot of kids, right? We have 5. And so they're all over. And then some of them are dating. So sometimes we end up having more kids than just our kids because we still consider them our kids. And I'm like, oh, well, you didn't tell me you were going to do that. And he's taking care of some things. So he's kind of away in an area. I'm away. So we're there in the same mind, but we're not there physically at the same point in presence. So I'm like, okay. He goes, oh, but I'm sure I told you. And I'm like, well, I don't know. He goes, oh, wait. Is this the moment where I spoke it and it either was just in my head and it didn't come out of my mouth, or it came out of my mouth and you were just so consumed by everything else? Because I am juggling apples and oranges, bananas, and even a watermelon, and watermelons are not in season. That's my schedule right now. It is chaotic. And that's being nice, actually. I'm living in piles right now, trying to get the house finally put back together. We've got carpet coming in this week. And so they're like, yeah, did you know you have to move anything that's little? We'll move the big stuff. And I'm like, do you know how many Legos I have? Now, praise the Lord. If you've listened to the episodes a couple of times ago, I don't remember which one it was. I told you I have all these Legos on my dining room table, which is great. So then I can actually serve Thanksgiving dinner because they're going to be here before Thanksgiving. And so they're going to come and do that. I have one day to put the house together and then it's Thanksgiving. Call me crazy, right? Just call me crazy. It's all right. So my husband was trying to be oh so kind and say, you know what, hon? I really do think I told you. Now, I really did go back and I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I do remember someone telling me, but I honestly can't remember if it was a child or if it was him. And I'm like, oh, that's really the pits, honestly. So take the time. Sit down with your partner. Actively listen to their concerns and express your own feelings without judgment. And if you're one who's like, okay, I think I told you this, but I really don't know if I did. So hear me out. And if I did, just stop me in the middle and say, babe, I got you. You already told me. Oh, great. Thank you. But then you didn't leave anything out. Don't always talk while in action. Let your words speak first and then follow up with your actions next. Meaning that actually say what you know needs to be said and then go and do what needs to be done. So instead of bottling up frustrations from work, share them with your partner. Say, man, this is what's going on, babe. I just don't know. I'm juggling all this stuff. I've had to tell my husband, look, do you know what's really happening here at the house? No, he doesn't because he's traveling. And I'm like, you don't understand the craziness that I'm in. And I'm like, you just got to understand, you've got to give me some grace. And by expressing your emotions and concerns, you invite your spouse into your world, and that strengthens the bond between you. In other words, you're being vulnerable. You're breaking down a layer of the brick wall that you're used to building. Communication is key. It's an essential element. How's it showing up in your relationship when it comes to finding the love in the middle of stress? Number 2, quality time together. You got these hectic schedules, endless to-do lists. You're juggling, yes, we're back to the apples, oranges, bananas, and watermelons that are out of season. Carving out quality time for each other can easily fall by the wayside. It's like, I got to get this done. Like, do you know how many rooms I have to empty out before the carpet people come? Like, this is a real deal. Making time for shared experiences and bonding activities is vital for sustaining a loving relationship. So me saying, babe, I got to do this, but guess what? I'm making you a priority this night. That changes the tempo. It changes the rhythm. It changes how you show up in your marriage. That's how you find love in the middle of stress. So plan an actual date night. We're already doing that. Plan a weekend getaway. I'm like, we're going somewhere in December. Don't know. And no one's coming with us. It's just mommy and daddy and no four-legged creatures. Just saying out loud. And even the simplest of activities, like watching a good football game on the couch with a cup of tea. For my husband, it would be his ice cold Pepsi. He won't drink it warm, but he probably would. And for me, I'd probably go with a cup of coffee or just my good water. I love water. What is it for you? Quality time spent together today is an investment in your relationships tomorrow. Your marriage gets stronger because of what you do today, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So let your presence stand out. You got to have that quality time. Unplug from technology, right? Put away the distractions for an evening and enjoy maybe just a candlelit dinner. Maybe it's just lighting a candle and setting it in front of you while you're watching the football game. I kid you not. Start a beautiful roaring fire. And, like for me, I'm not big on alcohol. I'm nothing against it. I just don't like it, and neither does my husband. So very rarely will you find us having a glass of wine or a beer or whatever. Like, I don't drink it. Now, he will do it like literally once in a blue moon, but we just don't. So you can still have a romantic time together. You can still toast with a, glass of water and a glass of Pepsi. It's a little strange, but guess what? It's your strange, and that's what matters. It's your love. That's what makes it magical. So focus on each other's company, creating those lasting memories, those moments that capture the hearts of both of you. That makes it the emotional connection. And then finally, support and encouragement. During stressful times, having a supportive partner by your side can make all the difference. So show love and support to your spouse by being there for them, offering that listening ear, giving them that a boy or that a girl, right? Hey, lend your shoulder and say, can I give you a hug? And sometimes you just need to give them a hug. And sometimes, let me tell you this, when you do that and there's a lot of stress built up, you can just feel the melt. Now, that doesn't mean all the stress is away. And sometimes a little tear will roll down the face because all they wanted was your embrace. In times of stress, unconditional love and support are the pillars that hold relationships together because they break down the brick walls. So if your spouse is facing a challenge at work, maybe they're just having a tough time. Maybe they've lost someone close to them, maybe a family member, maybe their mom or dad, and it's just a season of memories that they didn't think would hit them. And now all of a sudden they're like, whoa. And they just need you to be there for them. Don't be afraid to share tears. Can I just give you permission for that for a moment? Men, if you're listening, it's okay to show emotion. Don't you dare bottle it up, because it ends up in the nooks and crannies and crevices of your heart that usually becomes plaque, and it's decay that will work way deep down. And it's usually not for the betterment of what's going on in your marriage. And it shows up at a really, really bad time. And then you're like, oh, that's why I can't do this any longer. And your excuse gets stronger and stronger. So allow those tears to fall. Allow someone else to be stronger for you. There's nothing wrong with that. That support and encouragement is absolutely, positively another essential pillar when it comes to having an incredible marriage built on a strong foundation. And my friend, you can navigate the ups and downs of life stressors while keeping the flame of love burning bright. But remember, love is not just a feeling. Love is a verb. It's a conscious choice, a conscious action to prioritize your partner, your sweetheart, and nurture the bond, even in the midst of the stressful chaos. Remember, love, it's an anchor that keeps couples grounded amidst life's storms. It's about putting a smile on someone else's heart. Why? Because it's magical, and you were created to love one another. Do that today and find love in the middle of stress. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.